Resin kits, you may have heard this term, but what are they and where do you get them from? Stay tuned to find out. So these usually go by a couple of names. They can be plastic kits, resin kits, raw kits, unfinished kits, blank kits. Anything like that usually means the same thing. They are for the most part an unfinished plastic item. They're usually made from a polyurethane resin, and they are a cast that someone's made from a master. Now this is very common in prop and costume making. Usually you get armor parts, helmets, weapons, things like that. People mold and cast them to sell copies. The master can be made in just about anything. It can be made of plastic, wood. Wood is quite common because it's easy to use. Metal, anything like that. Helmets and things can be sculpted from foam, clay, plaster. But the thing that they have in common is that they then usually be cast in silicone. There are different types of molds you can do depending on the complexity of the object. But for the most part, it's usually pretty simple. And then once you have the mold, you can make a cast. For the most part, these will be done in a type of polyurethane resin, which will be two liquid parts when combined together will form a plastic. There are of course a ton of different types of these, and one of the best manufacturers of these would be Smooth-On. I highly recommend going to check out their website. It's really informative in helping you decide what type of silicone you'll need to cast something, and then what type of resin you want to cast it in, depending on the types of properties and things you want to get out of your prop or costume piece. Here are a couple of blank helmet kits that I have right now that are waiting to be finished. I just received this one a few days ago, which is a Rebel style Stormtrooper. I'm super excited about finishing this one up. This one's a lovely cast of a Star Wars Episode 3 clone pilot. Oh, this one's a beautiful cast, and I'm toying with doing the costume for this as well. But this is generally what you get when you get a kit. There's usually a varying degree of quality in the kit. This one is fantastic. There's minimal cleanup to do. It's so smooth and well sculpted. There's usually a seam line to clean up. There can be some pinholes where air got in the mold. You have to have beginner to intermediate modelling skills to be able to prep one of these for paint, but don't let that put you off. It's well worth getting in and supporting makers by buying their kits, and especially if you want a lovely piece that you just can't buy anywhere else. Like, you can't buy commercial things with these, they just don't make them. So it can be one of the only ways to get the piece that you want for your collection. I also have this lovely Zat kit from Stargate. This one's been sitting in a box for ages, but you can see the quality. Look, this is a fan-made product. It came in a lovely plastic box with label. Comes with instructions. Comes all nicely bubble wrapped up. But they are just lovely cast pieces that need sticking together. Definitely got to do this one this year as well. On that note, who makes these kits? Well, anyone can make a kit. If you want to sculpt something, then mold and cast it, that's amazing, do it. And then offer kits to the community. Of course, don't go investing a ton of money in molding and casting something and then not being able to sell them afterwards. Make sure there's interest before you go ahead, because you might not get the return that you want. But other than that, it's just makers in the community making these kits. Places like Etsy is a good shout. You can search for prop kit, resin kit, things like that, and lots of things will pop up. You can search, of course, by country and things on there as well, and price range, which is very handy. There's eBay as well, but I'd say less so much eBay. Just usually there's not so much integrity in the quality that you get on eBay. Use your discretion on eBay. And the RPF. The RPF is the best prop and costume resource there is on the internet. If you haven't signed up, go and sign up to the RPF. It is just a hive of talented makers and a really strong community there. You'll find people who are interested in the same things that you are, I guarantee it. You can set up runs on there of prop items, you can join runs, you can buy things, you can make threads asking questions, you can make threads documenting your own build, get feedback. Just a great community on there. Having said that, also get yourself on Facebook and join some groups. There are different groups. I'm a member of a lot of the Star Wars groups, and there are groups that specialize in building the things that you want to build. People often offer up kits and things through there, so I also recommend just a quick search and join some of the groups. Also, if you didn't know, a lot of the helmets that you see behind me are also fan-made and built from kits. These ones that I've finished, ones like my Ezra Bridger helmet, were all kits that I finished myself, and whenever I do, I usually do a video on it. So for this one, of course, you can check that out here. This one also got signed by the voice actor, which you can also see in the video. Very cool. So resin kits are a fantastic way to get a lovely prop replica for a fraction of the price if you're willing to put in a little bit of the work and time and effort just painting it up. You can end up with a fantastic piece in your collection. Of course, you can always pay other people to finish it for you, but that of course will bump the price up a little bit. But I always recommend having a go yourself, and then if it does go absolutely terribly, you can always pay someone to fix it. But yeah, do have a go yourself. There's nothing like finishing something yourself and having the reward of going, I did that. I made that look like that. So this has been a quick guide on resin kits. I hope to see you in the next video, and of course, until then, take care. Bye bye.